Okay, so in example 2, told that the terminal side of theta in a circle centered at the origin, and it intersects at the point 1, negative 3 root 3. So the x is going to be 1, and the y is negative 3 square root of 3. Okay, to find the radius, we're going to take the square root of the x value squared plus the y value squared. And 1 squared is 1. And then a negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And the square root of 3, quantity squared, is 3. So that's going to be the square root of 28. And 28 is 2 times 14. 14 is 2 times 7, so we can reduce this radical to 2 square root of 7. So the radius is 2 square root of 7. Sine is the ratio of y over r, so that's going to be negative 3 square root of 3 divided by 2 square root of 7. And we need to rationalize this denominator. So we'll multiply by square root of 7 over square root of 7. And this problem really helps us review how to do calculations with radicals. So up here we squared a radical. Now we're going to multiply radicals. The square root of 3 times the square root of 7 is the square root of 21. So in the numerator we have negative 3 square root of 21. And multiply the radicand values together. Then in the denominator, the square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is 7, times the 2 is 14. And none of those will simplify further, so that would be our sine of theta. Okay, then the cosine of theta is x over r, which is 1 divided by 2 square root of 7. Again, we need to rationalize that denominator, so we'll multiply the top and the bottom of the fraction by square root of 7. And that's going to simplify to the square root of 7 divided by 2 times 7, which is 14. Okay, then tangent is y over x, so that's a negative 3 square root of 3. X is equal to 1, and dividing by 1 doesn't change the value, so that would be our tangent of theta. Okay, then the reciprocals. So the reciprocal of sine is cosecant, so we're going to have r over y, which is 2 square root of 7 divided by negative 3 square root of 3. And we're going to rationalize that denominator by multiplying the numerator and denominator by square root of 3. So in the numerator we have 2 square root of 21. And in the denominator, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3, times negative 3 is negative 9. And that would be the cosecant of theta. The secant is the r over x ratio. The radius here is 2 square root of 7, and x is 1. Dividing by 1 won't change anything, so 2 square root of 7 is the secant. And then cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent, so x over y is going to be 1 divided by negative 3 square root of 3. And we're going to rationalize that denominator to simplify. And we're left with a negative square root of 3 divided by 9.